When people ask what the best business class in the world is, the answer isn't as obvious as it sounds. There isn't one single winner anymore. Different airlines have taken very different approaches to comfort, privacy, and seat design, and honestly, the experience can vary massively depending on the aircraft you're flying. So in this video, let's break down 3 of the strongest contenders you'll regularly see at the top of the rankings: Qatar Airways, Singapore Airlines, and Emirates. We'll start with Qatar Airways and their well-known Qsuite. This particular flight is a short hop from Dubai to Doha on the Qatar Airways Airbus A350. Even though it's a relatively brief sector, the hard product is exactly the same one you'd find on much longer routes, which makes it a really interesting way to look at the seat without the distractions of a long-haul service flow. Boarding the A350, the first thing you notice is how modern and clean the cabin feels. Qatar's design language is very consistent: muted colors, plenty of soft lighting, and a layout that feels understated rather than flashy. The Qsuite cabin itself is arranged in a 1-2-1 configuration, which means every passenger gets direct aisle access. That's basically a minimum expectation at the top end now, but Qatar still executes it extremely well. The Qsuite is fundamentally a fully enclosed business class seat with a sliding privacy door. That door is really what changed the industry when this product launched. Instead of just a high shell, you get a proper private space. Once seated, you're surrounded by tall walls, and when the door is closed, your visibility to the aisle is almost completely gone. It's much closer to a first-class style environment than a traditional business seat. In terms of seat design, the amount of personal space is impressive. There's a large side console, multiple storage areas, and a deep footwell. The seat controls are positioned on the side panel and are quite intuitive. You've got dedicated buttons for upright, lounge, and bed positions, along with fine adjustments for lumbar support. The movements are smooth and fairly quick. Qatar clearly designed this with productivity in mind. Then you've got the screen, which is large, sharp, and responsive. The resolution is excellent for a business class system, and the viewing distance works nicely whether you're sitting upright or reclined. Next, let's move to Singapore Airlines. This sector is from Dubai to Singapore, typically operated by the Boeing 777. Singapore Airlines uses variations of the same core business class seat across the Airbus A350 long haul as well, and while the cabin aesthetics differ slightly, the seat philosophy remains consistent. Singapore Airlines takes a very different approach compared with Qatar. There's no sliding door here. Instead, the focus is on sheer seat width, ergonomics, and sleeping comfort. The cabin is also in a 1-2-1 layout, but the seats themselves are noticeably broader. When you sit down, the first impression is space rather than enclosure. The seat shell is high and curved, providing decent privacy without full isolation. You're not hidden away like in the Qsuite, but you still feel separated from neighboring passengers. The materials and finish are typically excellent. Lots of leather, subtle stitching, and a very solid overall construction. Now, the most interesting aspect of the Singapore Airlines seat is how it converts into a bed. Unlike many business class seats that simply recline flat using motorized movement, Singapore's design requires a manual flip-down mechanism. You actually stand up briefly, release the seat back, and fold it forward to create the sleeping surface. It sounds unusual if you've never experienced it, but there's a very good reason behind this design. Because the bed isn't formed by flattening cushions, the sleeping surface becomes extremely firm and uniform. There are no gaps, no uneven padding, and no slight angles. For many frequent flyers, this is one of the most comfortable business class beds in the sky. Seat controls are again well laid out, offering precise adjustments. Storage is generous, and the tray table is large enough to function almost like a desk. Singapore clearly prioritizes long-haul comfort and usability over novelty features. The screen is also large and crisp, positioned at a comfortable viewing angle. Combined with Singapore's typically strong entertainment system, it's a very pleasant setup for long flights. What's missing compared with Qatar is the sense of full privacy, but what you gain is seat comfort that remains excellent for both sitting and sleeping. Finally, let's talk about Emirates' new business class on the Airbus A350. This flight is from Dubai to Dammam, a shorter regional route but again showcasing a long-haul inspired hard product. Emirates has historically had a mix of business class seats across its fleet, so the A350 represents a major step in standardization and modernization. The cabin design is very much Emirates: brighter tones, glossy finishes, and a slightly more premium visual impact.
Once we go, taking off in a westerly direction. Climbing this morning to a final altitude 26,000 feet. The weather forecast en route is fine. Our relationship fuel safety, those around you do ask you to keep your seatbelt fastened when seated.
The seat layout remains 1-2-1, which is a very welcome configuration compared with some older Emirates cabins. The seat itself feels contemporary and well-refined. You've got a generous console, multiple charging options, and cleanly integrated seat controls. The padding strikes a good balance between softness and support, suitable for both short and long sectors. The screen is high definition and very sharp, continuing Emirates' tradition of strong in-flight entertainment hardware. Storage solutions are practical, and the tray table mechanism is smooth and stable. In terms of privacy, Emirates sits somewhere between Singapore Airlines and Qatar. There's no full door, but the seat shell and staggered positioning provide decent separation. It feels open yet still premium. Overall, each of these products excels in different ways. Qatar Airways leads in privacy and flexibility, Singapore Airlines remains exceptional for sleeping comfort, and Emirates delivers a very modern, well-rounded experience. Which one is best honestly depends on what you value most: privacy, bed comfort, or cabin ambience. Frequent long-haul travelers might lean towards Singapore. Those wanting maximum personal space might prefer Qatar, and Emirates offers a very polished middle ground,